Giving to charity? There are other ways to do it than just writing a check. Hey, what's up? Keith Wilson here, helping you along your personal finance journey. I want to talk about charitable contributions. So, if you are charitably inclined and you want to give to maybe your church or whatever charitable organization you want to, there are other ways you can give to charity other than, simply writing a check. So, something you may want to consider is called a donor advised fund. Now, it's much like a private foundation that the wealthy usually participate in. However, a donor advised fund, it can be started with, as little as $50 or maybe just a few $1,000s in most cases. So it's designed for the general public. And here's how it works. First of all, you open a donor advised fund, which it's an investment account. And when you open the account, you can either fund it with cash or even stocks or securities that you own. You get a tax deduction for the fair market value when you open it for that tax year. What is neat about the donor advised fund is you can direct the fund to grant money to multiple charities if you want, and you can also decide when to give to these charities. So it can be over several years if you want. The tax deduction you get, it's going to be listed as an itemized deduction on your tax return, and the maximum deduction you can take would normally be 60% of your adjusted gross income for cash contributions and 30% if donating a stock or security. However, due to the CARES Act in 2020 and 2021, the IRS increased that maximum to 100% of your AGI or adjusted gross income. Now, I said before, you can make a contribution of stock to the donor advised fund. Now, this is particularly helpful if you own a stock that is highly appreciated. So, for example, let's say years ago you purchased, ABC stock for $10,000, and over the years it has grown to $100,000. Well, normally, if you sell that stock, you would incur a capital gain. So in this example, that capital gain would be $90,000, and for most people, that capital gains tax is 15%. It depends on your income, but most people fall in the 15% capital gains tax rate. However, if you transfer that stock to the donor advised fund, you would get a tax deduction on the $100,000 depending on your AGI, and thereby what you're doing is you're avoiding the capital gains tax. And then, like I said, you can direct the fund to pay multiple charities, whatever amount you decide, and when you decide to pay them. Now, there are some things to consider before opening a donor advised fund. Number one, by making this charitable contribution, hey, it's irrevocable. You still can control how it is invested and to whom the donation will be made, but you cannot change your mind and you cannot get that money back. So take that into consideration. Number two, in order to get the full market value deduction on any stock or mutual fund you donate, they must have been held for more than 1 year. If not, you only get the deduction on the original cost of that security and not the fair market value. Number three, there are certain fees and expenses involved, and they vary from custodian to custodian, so you got to check it out. Usually they're kind of minimal. Number four, there are minimum contributions that you can make, and that's going to vary from custodian to custodian, but some may be as low as $50. So I really like donor advised funds, and they are a good way to give to your charity or multiple charities. And it really is a win-win situation, especially if you are donating the stock or security that is highly appreciated and you want to avoid capital gains tax. And you don't have to be super wealthy to start one.